Hey girl, are your healthy habits all over the place or non existent? Do you wish you could find true food freedom, move your body for joy, and really just talk a little nicer to yourself? If you have tried to habit hack your health, but the strategies you've tried just haven't worked for you in your busy lifestyle, then this podcast is for you. Hey, I'm Emily Nichols, habit and fitness coach, behavior change specialist, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I am here to tell you there is an easier way than what we've been taught about our health and our habits. How do I know? Well, because I've transformed my own life through habit hacking, and now my family gets the best of me, and I now help my clients do the same. I'm now going to teach you how to create healthy habits in less time, guilt-free for all seasons of your life. It's not your fault your habits haven't worked, my friend. We just have to do them differently. So, are you ready to feel empowered and transform your habits and life? Then let's do this. Hey gang, it is time for Habit Hack Thursday. Let's get right into it. Today's habit hack is focused all around movement. Movement, you've heard me say this plenty of times, is, in my opinion, one of the highest forms of self-care you can do because it's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. Sometimes it is spiritual. In my opinion, it is one of the best ways to show yourself self-love. But self-love is hard to do, right? We're doing a challenge in the society this month where we are trying to compliment ourselves or give ourselves just a positive note about ourselves every day. And honestly, I think this is one of the hardest new habits for our monthly challenge that we've ever done. So as I mentioned a couple of episodes back, we are back to doing monthly workshops. These are $5 workshops. You'll get a download included with that. And this month we have a self-love habits workshop. Okay. We're doing this because it's the month of love and we are so nurturing and giving up love to everyone else. But a lot of times we're combating negative self-talk, body image, comparison, past failures, and even sometimes even worried about judgment from others that just lead us down a path of not being very nice to ourselves. So this workshop is live, but you don't have to join us live unless you are able to. That way we're able to chit chat and take any Q&A at the end of the workshop. It should only take about 15-20 minutes. It's coming up Wednesday the 15th at 12 p.m. Eastern, the day after Valentine's Day. We will learn some tiny self-love habits, some certain examples around self-love to have a big impact, figuring out what triggers you and how to flip the script in your head, of course, how to track your self-love habits, and a bonus, you will get a new download from the shop. It is a self-care calendar with over 30 ideas of what you can do. Really simple, really easy ways to love yourself. So go to bit.ly/self-love-habits. The link is in the show notes to register. It's $5 every month. We have a new themed workshop. I can't wait for this one. So let's talk about today's habit hack. We try to be quick on our Thursday episodes, and every Thursday this habit hack is focused around one of our three fundamental needs. So either food, freedom, mindset, or movement. And today we are talking about movement. I'm wondering if you have ever started a new workout routine and you hop on the scale in that first week and you're like, oh my gosh, why am I gaining weight? This doesn't make sense, right? So today I'm going to give you some tips to help you stay consistent despite that scale not moving, and one big habit hack to help you, especially when it comes to your mindset. So as a personal trainer and someone who, I have really been digging deeper into my own weight training program in the new year, sometimes I have to remind myself of this. And I talk about this a lot in live classes that I coach. But when we are starting a new workout program, especially if we're lifting, right? Especially if we're lifting weights, which ladies, that is where it is at. Don't be afraid to lift heavy. It puts stress on your muscle fibers. So when we work out, when we lift weights, essentially those muscle fibers break down and then they have to repair. They have to put themselves back together again as you are lifting weights or working out. That's when you feel soreness. And that's where the magic happens, really. That's where that muscle growth, that toning comes from, okay? So when we step on the scale, we're like, oh my gosh, why am I up a couple of pounds? We might be swollen. You are swole, okay? You are swole. And it's just water weight. It's water retention. It's inflammation, okay? That inflammation happens because your body is trying to protect those muscles as they're repairing themselves. So if you step on the scale and you're like, why am I up a few pounds? Or not a few pounds, just even like 1 or 2 pounds. You have not gained fat. Okay, if anything, you are building muscle and it is water retention, and those muscles are inflamed, especially around it. And especially if you're starting a new program, even if you like start running, right, and you don't run on a everyday basis, you're going to be sore and the scale will go up. But just know that's just your body working. Okay, so here's some tips for how you can focus really on some non-scale victories to help you take your mind away from, oh my gosh, the number went up on the scale. Because I know that's triggering. You'll go and like go to the bathroom and see if it's gone down a little bit, or maybe you'll restrict your food intake for the day. No, we're not going to do that, because that leads us down a path of not transforming and going back to that diet culture BS that we talk about. Okay, so let's talk about some tips, some non-scale victories, if you will, when it comes to if you feel like the scale, or you know that the scale has gone up if you have started a new workout routine. So I want you to focus on how your clothes feel, especially around your waist. Your body composition is changing regardless if that scale isn't moving. Now, we did talk earlier in the week about before and after pictures. I shared the problem I see with those, but I also shared if you want to take a before or a progress picture, if you will. I hate before and after because there really is no after, right? There's no finish line with your health. It's a constant journey, right? But if you want to take progress pictures about every quarter, I don't see anything wrong with that unless it's triggering for you, just to see on where you're going. But focus on how your clothes feel. You know how they feel. I wear leggings every day, and sometimes they're tighter on my waist, sometimes they're not. You know how that feels. Focus on how you can lift heavier or have more endurance, okay? So when we lift heavier, that will help those muscles even more. If you are able to run a little bit faster, run a little bit further, walk a little bit further, walk on an incline, on a treadmill or outside, you're going to build up that cardiovascular endurance as well. So focus on that. Plus, when you lift heavier, you feel like a badass. Okay, ladies? Okay. So, and of course, drink plenty of water to help flush that system out. You know, like I said, that weight may be up because you have water retention, you're inflamed. So drink lots of water. And while you're in the bathroom, do 10 squats after you pee, because that's a really simple #pee squats habit hack that I share with anyone to get in some extra movement, especially if you're a busy working mom. Keep in mind, this is temporary. Okay, it is temporary. So maybe 2 weeks or so, you see that scale up as you've started a new workout routine. That's okay. That's okay. You might start to see the scale move in the way you want to after a couple of weeks. It may only be like half a pound at a time too, but guess what? That adds up over time. Next, make sure you're not overtraining. Okay, sometimes when we see the scale go up, we're like, well, I just need to work out harder. Oh, girl, I have done that so many times. But then maybe you don't get enough rest. Maybe you're getting up earlier because like, I only have time to do it like at 4:30 in the morning, and I got to work out really hard, and I got to do this. Well, guess what's going to happen? This has happened to me. My cortisol levels, your cortisol levels will raise. That is the stress hormone, and your body will go into fight or flight, and it will not want to lose the actual body fat because it's holding on to it, because it's in fight or flight. It's like, I got to hold on to this to survive. I can't lose this. I have to hold on to this to survive. Give yourself an advantage by giving yourself rest days and trying not to overtrain, okay? Next, think about it this way. Are you rewarding yourself with food? Oh, I've done this too. You're like, I am doing so well. I'm going to eat all the foods. Now, we talk a lot about food freedom here, and there is a time and place to like celebrate with food and traditions. I am not hating on that at all. But if you find yourself always rewarding yourself with food, is that really a healthy habit for yourself? Especially what kind of foods you're rewarding yourself with. If you're not really sure about your food habits, go to the Transformation Shop. It's linked in the show notes. That is where all of my downloads, printables, and soon to be digital items, hint, hint, coming soon. I can't wait for these. And try an emotional eating tracker or hunger scale, which is available in the shop, just transformationshop.co, to track what is triggering you and what foods maybe you're turning to. And then lastly, you're not going to like to hear this, but this is the way it goes: patience. Patience and consistency over time. This is one of the biggest challenges I hear from my community. We just did a poll on Instagram stories, and this was the biggest challenge when it came to fitness, is patience and consistency. And I know it's easier to throw the towel in when you see that scale go up, and it's so frustrating. Girl, I get that. But patience and consistency over time. You're going to get stronger. You're going to build that endurance. If your goal is weight loss, it will come off eventually, but slow and steady. We can't win a race and run a marathon tomorrow, but we can train for life and run the marathon of life. Wow, that was deep. And here's your big habit hack for today, okay? I want you to stay off the scale. I know it can be so tempting and so frustrating if you don't know. Focus on these non-scale victories and these other mindset hacks I just shared with you. But the biggest habit hack is just to stay off the scale. Now, if you want to see that data, and when I mean data is you step on the scale, you have no emotional attachment to it. You're like, okay, this is just data. I personally recommend a Fit Track because you're able to measure body fat composition, muscle mass growth, and all that. I think that's more important than the actual number. You want to see that muscle mass go up, body fat percentage go down. It all, it all weighs on one another, pun intended. But if you want to learn what that data is regarding your weight, all that other data too, if you have one of those fancy scales, step on it just one time a month. Step on it just one time a month and take that data, be like, okay, this is where I am, and just continue on. Focus on how your clothes are feeling. Focus on how you're building that confidence. Focus on those healthy habits you're establishing around your movement and not just what you hope to look like. And I know we want to look our best, to feel our best too, but it really starts from the inside. Feeling your best, giving yourself grace, building that consistency over time, and focusing on those non-scale victories. You got this. Okay, you got this. It starts from the inside out. So if you are frustrated, we're in the month of February. If you started a new workout routine in January and you already gave it up because you're like, whatever, I'm gaining weight. You don't have to start over. Just pick up where you left off, give yourself some patience, and let's see those major transformations over time. Now, if you need a little help, if you're like, I don't have time to go work out, I am just all over the place with my schedule, don't worry. I have a free 3-day at-home workout program for you. It's at bit.ly/at-home workout freebie. I'll link it in the show notes as well. If you are looking for a simple upper and lower body and HIIT training workout, I got you covered, girl. 15 minutes or less. Okay? Sending you a great big virtual hug. Let me know if this episode resonated with you. And friend, keep moving your body. It's the best way to show yourself love. I'll catch up with you next week. Hey girl, real quick before you go, if you want some free motivation texted to you every week to help you habit hack your health, send me your favorite emoji to 773-904-2157 to sign up for my weekly pump up texts. I can't wait to catch up with you there. And if you have any quick questions for me or feedback, it's me on the other end. So text me back, friend. And if you love the show, the number one way you can thank me is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way more mamas can find the show. Tag me in your Instagram stories at EmilyNichols22 what you love about the show. Show me your review so I can shout you out. Love and appreciate you, friend. I'll see you next time.